And so the thing I love about this is it's a scoreboard, and it's a scoreboard for humble leaders to grow. Now, if you want to be a proud leader, I got nothing for you. I can't help you, right? You already know everything. You already know everything's perfect. You don't need any data. You do whatever you're going to do. There's no help for you. I definitely can't help you. But if you're a humble leader that's okay with the gap between what you want and what you are, being yourself inside of the organization, then this gives you a scoreboard that you can really look to. I think the gap, some of the biggest gaps that you can find in an organization is in what you allow a high performer to do in terms of their behavior and what your stated values are. I think we turn a blind eye to high performers because we don't want to lose their output. We don't want to lose their sales. We don't want to lose their connections. We don't want to lose their influence. So we put up with them creating toxic cultures. And here's what's really interesting about that. We're afraid to lose them because we're on this quarterly cycle. We always want things to go up and to the right every 3 months. For whatever reason, that's what business has decided. But when you let people like that get in line with the culture, you create a culture that creates even more high performers. So by getting the high performer in line with how the culture should be, how we should do things around here, you create a place for other high performers to grow into their own. So you end up in 6 or 12 months with higher ROI, but you might see a dip in the short term because you are wrangling in a high performer and not letting them hurt the culture, right? I'll give you another example of this gap between the stated values and what we want to be true is what leaders do in public versus what leaders do in private, what they say in public versus what they say in private, how they think and act and talk about the organization in public versus how they think and act and talk in private. And that's a gap there. If we can lower that gap to be zero so that you just are who you are, you're going to see the culture come to life because you're actually living it. So I just love this idea, going back to cultural intelligence, that there's a real scoreboard and nobody gets to decide what the score is. The score is the score, and we're all in this thing together. Let's do what we can do to get this score to go up and to the right.